I mean, you guys didn't know I knew anything about country western music. Okay, I hope that wasn't too loud. Hey, welcome to the show. I bet you guys didn't know I knew anything about country western music. Oh, look at us, Vince Gill. Yep, getting it done. J.P. Freeman, welcome to the show tonight. Mr. J.P. Freeman. You guys, welcome to the show tonight. And JPF, J.P. Freeman. Well, you know, it's kind of funny how this is kind of working out, because tonight's show was kind of dedicated to Mr. Jedediah Freeman from Texas, who I think, I'm not sure, but what I do know is some kind of judicial officer. And the last email or the last video I did a couple videos back, a little bit about Mr. Freeman and all of the, Mr. Jedediah Freeman. Okay, and I haven't, I got the phone number, I got the emails, but I got some missing things. We ain't in a hurry for that. We'll get to that. So, I was hoping to invite Mr. Jedediah Freeman from Texas, Judge Jedediah Freeman, to the show tonight, and to ask him or her, because I don't know, I'm not trying to assume anything, to ask him or her if the 31 homophobic and racist text messages that I received, a couple of weeks back, I don't know, whatever it was, from a number that was associated with him. And then I was only able to show 14 of the messages, because and then I had to have a disclosure closure on the messages before the 14 that I was able to show, because I needed to make sure people didn't know they're from me or I had anything to do with. Okay, but the other, I don't know, there was 31, I showed 14, I'm thinking 16, I don't know. I had trouble with the math unless I'm actually counting money. I couldn't show them because they were pretty, but I have them. I had the phone company send me the records and have all the stuff, and but I'm listening to Vince Gill tonight. Look at us. I got some other stuff that's okay. Not right now. So the reason that we're going to be talking about what we're going to be talking about tonight is because I didn't contact this person that sent me, the 31 message and a 3-minute phone call, which was recorded, and about 2/3, maybe about a third of the way through the phone call, I could tell he was some kind of professional, which I'm giving him more credibility than he gave my ass. I'm just going to throw that right out there. You can go back. But, I wanted to invite them to the stream, but, I figured if I invited them to the stream or whatever, well, one, I didn't have time to finish doing the homework that I want to do. Okay, because there's definitely professional defamation involved in the hate stuff that he sent my security team flagged that shit right away. Everybody's looking at it, and I'm sure by the time you get to the point where you send the hate stuff, like that person sent, I'm sure they have emails all together or whatever. So I ain't worried about that. Okay, so but here's the thing, Mr. Jedediah Freeman, the person that made the phone calls and said all the stuff, can't back any of the shit. They went as far as saying I was connected with the Aryan Brotherhood and all of that. Okay, so it's funny for me and for y'all because y'all ass know me. Okay, and I don't, I've been downtown or whatever, but I ain't never seen them dudes. But I seen them on TV, and I ain't never seen anybody that looked like me hanging out with those guys. And I actually looked them up, to see, there's this gang, whatever, in prison, whatever. And Mr. Jedediah Freeman mentioned that I had been in prison, and his words were at least for 10 years based off of the words in my con. No, Mr. Jedediah Freeman, I've been in prison my whole freaking life when I came out with dark skin. Hey, but don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The people with white skin, their ass has been in prison too, because they getting screwed just like everybody else. So I ain't trying to make it, I see a whole bunch of white people. a bunch of Hispanic people. And a bunch of, yep. They don't give a shit what color your ass is. Now, one of the things that Mr. Jedediah Freeman mentioned, out of all of the homophobic stuff that he sent, there was only one that got my attention. And that one said that he'd worked in the 7th district, the 7th something in Texas for 7 years, and I'm interfering with his money. Oh. I'm not interfering with anybody's money. I'm hiding out in a situation room over here in an undisclosed location, and I wanted to wear one of my superheroes' hats, but it don't show up well. So now I'm hiding out over here in an undisclosed location. Ow. So, I figured if I invited Mr. Freeman, Mr. Jedediah, we'll just call him that name because I have no idea if the free men here is the same or different, or I don't know. It's the name spelled different. I'm just talking about what I understand. So I figured if I just chill and act like I'm stupid, then maybe they'll come show up anyway, Because I'm sure they didn't remember calling me and leaving all those messages and all that stuff because the dude was the dude had been doing something. I'm going to assume at least drinking. Okay, all right. So let's just, let's just say hey to everybody. Hey, Tammy, welcome to the show tonight, Missy. And you can see it's a little hot in the kitchen. Es muy caliente en la cocina ahorita. Pero es no problema para mí. Welcome, Heather. Welcome to the show, JP Freeman. I'm glad you're here ready to take notes. William. You know, there's a lot of people here that I don't see unless you do something. So I don't know how that goes. Oh, JP says he's not that person. No, that's all right, man. I'm not saying you are. But there's a lot of people here that aren't seen if they don't do something. I don't know or remember exactly how that goes. Shattered by corruption. Yeah, you guys, this is my girlfriend, a book that she wrote that it's kind of, it has her name across the bottom, but it's kind of green, so it don't show up in the camera too well, but yeah, bestseller. And it's on Amazon. You guys can get it. It's just a little tiny tidbit about, well, it has a picture of us on the back, too. It just has a little tiny tidbit. That was when I went to go visit her one time when they had my girlfriend locked up. Yeah, that's the problem. That they're gonna have for the rest of their life. Oh no, JP Freeman, your name is spelled different, but I can see people on the backside who are here who don't show up, whose name don't show up because they don't click on the thing. So no, you're not there. you're going, and it don't matter, Mr. Jezediah Freeman. I was going to invite him, but I just didn't have time because I had something way more important to talk about. Because if they ain't here, I know anybody listening. So, you're welcome to the show, man. And we ain't carrying a grudge against nobody. We actually have several attorneys that actually called me and told me, dude, we're attorneys and whatever. And I was like, really? Yep. I'm like, are you guys getting disbarred? Yep. They're getting disbarred because they wanted to help people for real. Okay, that's how, people are, they're turning disbarred. Oh, we're not using him. Oh, that's not a good idea. Oh, so think about it. Think about it. And think about this. When my girlfriend and I were going on our whatever, they told me, dude, you need to take the deal. My attorneys, all 14 of them. I think it was 14. You need to take the deal. Because the federal government has a 98% conviction rate. I'm like, I don't know. Okay. I'm been down there. I'm still down there for 33 months. I'm over there. Conviction rate? No. What they have is a 98% snitch, I'm going to lie and pay for someone to lie rate. That's what they have. It's not a conviction rate. It's a plea rate. That's what they have. So I'm like, I'm taking my 2% and I'm going to do something else because I already know how it's going over there. I see what they're doing to my wife, and they need me locked up so they could do that to her without me getting away because people think I talk too damn much. Oh, no, but you know what the problem was? The problem was they trained me to believe that I had rights. That was the problem. Oh, okay, so let's just get to what we came to talk about tonight for real, all right? At Pro Se Legal School, you need to come in the door with a whole new mindset, okay? All of that stuff that you learn from the same people that are trying to violate you right now need to be checked at the curb, maybe down the street or something. You need to have a new mindset. That new mindset needs to not be limited by all of that shit stuff, that you checked at the curb. Once you check it at the curb, it needs to stay at the curb. If it don't stay at the curb, now you just move your ass back over into their conventional program. Oh, how smooth is that? And then they just ignore you until it's time to do what they need to do. Around here, our one of our goals is to jumpstart your critical thinking process. Now, I had a lady, a little Filipino lady who barely spoke English. She told me one day, she's a coach, before I filed my lawsuit in federal court, my friend told me that I should put it on the public record. Place it on the public record. And they stamped this little thing, and then it has something to do with comrades or something. I don't know. Did I do well? I'm like, dude. Oh, the real-time feedback from people doing this stuff that have the courage to step up and do whatever it takes is how we're able to put this together. Jumpstart your critical thinking process. That's what, because, we don't have an answer for everything. I mean, their whole system is based off of fraud. Statutes and codes are not valid laws. They don't have enacting clauses. They don't have titles, and they don't have a body. So placing this stuff in the public record allows the whole public to, and now the players don't have control. They can't manipulate. Okay, so one of the things that we want to talk about tonight, well, there are several things. We're talking about stopping the court process, okay? Stopping the ass at the gate. And then we're going to cover how to make changes to add some of these things that I talk about to what you're doing already. Now, I don't usually do that because you can't, starting out of the gate, you can't connect my stuff that's non-conventional with their conventional, or this stuff gets poopy and everything stinks. I think I did a real good job with that. Okay, but if you're already in the process in their stuff, especially in state court, the goal that we do is to stop the state court process by using federal case law in everything that we file in state court. State court can't respond to federal case law with statutes and codes because statutes and codes are non-valid laws. They don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. So, those are three things that the Constitution and the federal government and whatever. But not very many people know that. And a statute is what they use and do foreclosure with. Oh, wait, criminal statutes? Criminal statutes are not valid laws. Title 18 was never ratified. It don't have an enacting clause or title or body. I know I said this a couple of times, and how these people, certain people, emailing me and messaging me, wanting me to provide them proof. Okay? It doesn't have an acting clause, doesn't have a title, doesn't have a body. That's all the proof you need from me. If you want to find out the proof that I know on the other side of that, then, and yeah, I have a copy of it. I actually got a copy of it from my girlfriend while she was locked up. Her friend Denise, I know my girlfriend probably thinking, what the hell? Anyway, so let's stay focused. If it don't have a title, don't have a body, don't have an acting clause, I don't need to prove anything because those are three things, the three elements that have to be present for something to be a valid law. 101. So let's just get to stopping the court. Because I know y'all say, jamming up the, yeah. So, in addition to adding parties to my federal case law stuff that we structure for state court. We're just going to talk about in general, okay, for the people that are doing this on their own or whatever. That's how we're going to talk about this right now. So keep in mind that this automatically, all right, adding the parties to their own case as plaintiffs. Bam! Bam! oh, they add defendants. They add defendants for 2-3 years when they get done paying these people that screwed up that they're paying the snitch. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, okay? Because I know what I'm talking about. Oh, you can add a plaintiff to their own stuff, and you do that in my program. We do it by a demand to strike, and we're demanding to strike all of their decisions or the whole case or whatever, because the judge is not registered as a foreign agent. He's not registered with FAR, the Foreign Agent Registration Act. He's violating the Tucker's Act. Or we also have a demand in the premium package. We have a demand to dismiss also for the same reasons. Ding, 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 ding. Anybody catch on? Okay, your demand to dismiss, you can demand to strike for the same shit. Or you can, okay, let's move on. Okay, this is the new one, and we added this to my ex foster kid's divorce. His name is Ronnie Coble. His name is still in some of the documents, the new documents that's only in the premium packages, because I haven't had a chance to change them all. Yeah, and what we did was, okay, we got a commercial break coming up right now. Shattered by okay, I'll stop messing with y'all. Okay. This was powerful right here. What we did was, in my foster kid's divorce case, okay, he used the dissolution of marriage document, and 4 months later, they came and tried to make him go through the divorce process. So we crushed that crap, and, well, we was crushing it. They were taking more of the punches. What stopped it? They just went and sat down. But they don't realize the fraudulent concealment, when I get done from my deployment here in the situation room and get back to we ain't forgot about this. Okay. We added the Supreme Court as a plaintiff to the lawsuit. No. Más despacio, por favor. Escúchame. Por favor, escúchame ahorita. We added the Supreme Court by doing a supplemental pleading. Now, if you want to know how to do a supplemental pleading, you go to the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, look up amending your stuff, where you have to ask them, kiss their ass, do all that shit. Scroll down to the bottom, down to the very bottom. Supplemental pleading. There's 2-3 criterias for doing a supplemental pleading, and you can do as many as you want, and you don't have to ask them for a damn thing. Now, I would tell you what they are, but I'd rather have you go look and find out so that you're able to use them the way you're supposed to. So you add the Supreme Court, and the reason that we do that is because the Supreme Court is the corporation, a damn corporation like Walmart, that came up with the local rules that they use in court to kick y'all asses, our asses, because they kick mine. And my girlfriends, they kick both our ass. Yeah, we took the beat down back then, but we ain't taking the beat down no more. So all of you people that are doing this on your own and you getting your stuff jacked up because you didn't state a claim or whatever, okay? Change that shit, do a supplemental pleading, and add a Supreme Court to it. I don't think you need to state a claim. You add a Supreme Court to it, and you add the Supreme Court because Supreme Court is the one that made the rules that I looked that shit up and it said, oh, wait, the Supreme Court. Then I was doing a live stream, and I looked up some other stuff, and it said the American Bar Association was actually the one on top of the Supreme Court. I don't give a shit about the American Bar Association. What I know is when we put the Supreme Court on that shit, they went and sat their happy ass down, and I ain't heard shit from a foster kid. And they think it's over. I don't forget shit, okay? At the Supreme Court as a plaintiff. Now, in your case, or when I'm saying your case, I'm talking about people who didn't invest in my stuff and screwed. Come on, work with me here. You can do a counterclaim, nice and simple. There's shit in there. You're counterclaiming their ass because of, you're adding the Supreme Court. Oh, wait, why? Well, the Supreme Court made the rules. The state is the one on the Supreme Court. Oh, it's all the same. Is it all the same people? Are they subdivisions of the same stuff? Oh, wait, you added the state already. If you got my stuff, if you didn't, then you need to do that too. Okay, you need to add the state. You add the state because the state is the one that's paying the judge. The state is the one that's paying the prosecutor. The state is the corporation that's either stealing your property or hauling your ass to jail so they could tap into your Siesta Q trust or whatever. And that's a whole nother. I don't really talk about that stuff too much, Bob. You add the state. You already added the Supreme Court. You add the state. You add the prosecutor, and or the other parties or whatever. And if you're in court, then I would tell the judge, you know what? My legal team has informed me that statutes and codes are not valid laws. They're not valid laws that state citizens have to follow. Only U.S. citizens, which are government corporations or whatever, and government employees or whatever. So I would tell the judge, I'm demanding that you, and this is if you're in a foreclosure situation, order the parties to remove my deed from the office and deliver it to into my house, like it says in the property transfer laws for No, their asses are supposed to follow that shit, not us. So their statute says the deed is supposed to be delivered to your house, and no, they don't do that. They do what they call, and if anybody here that's an attorney can step up and tell me that I didn't know what the hell I'm talking about because I lived this for a very long time eating peanut butter. And now I'm eating some jelly and a little honey. All right? The deed is supposed to be delivered to your house and it's not conveyed, yada, 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 until it's. But what they do is what they call their constructive delivery. They're registered in their office. And that registration allows the first illegal lien to be put on your property. There's no law that says you have to let them register your shit. I look it up. Somebody can tell me. The first illegal lien was the mortgage lien. And here's why. Let me explain to you. I play football, I box in college, two things not smart people do. Okay, I have to keep it simple. The fact that they accepted, the alleged lender accepted your signature on the alleged lien proves that your ass owned it already, or someone else would have to be there to sign. You owned it already. What happened was, in my head, from my research, I'm not as smart as them. What happened was, after you signed and left the table, they altered the deed that turned it into a security stamp paid to an order of honor, and they processed it through the Federal Reserve for electronic credits. Now, Modern Money Mechanics is a publication that they have a whole book about. Their book is way thicker than my girlfriend's about the banking system. They said that these fools are granted 9 times the amount that went into a demand deposit account. Oh! So, when they illegally foreclose on you using a statute that's not a valid law based off of, you'd think they at least pay you back what you paid. Maybe I'm asking too much. All right? What we also have found now for crushing the court process is that in every state, or in every state that I've found so far, there is a registration of deeds association. That registration of deeds association needs to be added to your lawsuit as well when you do supplemental pleading. Or if you already did a supplemental pleading because you ran and went and did it, well, do another one. Why don't you wait till we're done? Because then it'll save some work, okay? Do a supplemental plea. Add them to the thing. And, so the other thing is, you want to swear yourself in if you're in court. If you're in court, they do the little thing, dang, whatever, and the attorney jumps up and they do a little shit, and when they look over at you, swear yourself in. I ain't got a neighbor, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, whatever, so help me, whatever. If you don't believe in God, whatever. I don't believe in God, so I'm ending this shit right there, okay? And then demand that they all do the same thing. Excuse me, before we get started, I want to be on the record demanding that everyone swear themselves in, including the judge and that dude standing over there by the door with the gun. Oh. Hey, you can order that to people that just left come back in. If they hurt. I want to swear myself in. I want everybody to swear themselves in. And I want to make sure that it's on the record. If these people don't swear in like I did, then I think they intend to lie. And I'm gonna tell you, it's like selling. I sold cars for a little while. It's like selling cars. Okay, when you throw your thing on the table, when you get done saying that, then you look at them and you look serious. Like your legal team been helping your ass. Blame it on legal team, okay? Because we're stupid. And, and it saves your ass from the liability. In the end, they'll know who whooped their ass. Oh, they'll know who whooped their ass. Okay, so fraudulent concealment and fraudulent concealment is a legal doctrine that tolls the statute of limitations. Yeah, I ran across that. I was studying for my girlfriend's lawsuit that I'm almost done with. I got a few more. Yeah. And I didn't want to go in with this Rule 60B and all that stupid shit. So, and, it took me a little while. Fraudulent concealment is a legal doctrine that tolls the statute of limitations. Oh, so if it was fraudulently concealed, now for those of you who rushed off to go change the stuff already, now you got to change that shit again, all right? But go do your homework. Go look up the fraudulent concealment doctrine so you totally understand it. Because when you put this fire in their face, I'm just going to say it anyway, okay? Their face could be burned way blacker than mine, and they're going to lie to you and pretend that they don't know what the hell. They could be smoking. Okay, sorry. Oh, okay, so JB said, get your own court reporter. No, or JR, no, dude. So so in order to do a supplemental pleading, you have to have two. One of the things you have to have is you have to add a party. So you can add a clerk anytime. So we don't do stuff to go in the court and go and listen to their lies. Okay? If you do this right, the way I have it, the way we have it lined out, because I didn't do this by myself. Okay? There's no going to court. Okay. What happens when you add the Supreme Court? I just told you what happens when you add the Supreme Court. Okay, and we also add Judicial Council of Conduct. And that's why this Jedediah Freeman contacted me in the first place with all of his stuff. I was mad because he was from Texas. I'm thinking somebody from Texas must have said, I don't know. But you know what? If they ain't pissed, you missed. You did. If they ain't grumpy, you're not getting it done. What you need to get done. So my next thing is, if I'm in court, I would ask the judge. Excuse me, Judge. My legal team wanted me to ask you. I'm not that smart. I don't know a lot of stuff. Okay, but my legal team has been trying to catch me up. I work my ass off all day and half the night, 2 jobs, and then I have to go home and take care of my wonderful kids. Okay, I'm kidding about the kids part, okay, because you guys know me. Y'all know I'm about the kids. But let me stay focused. My legal team wanted me to ask you, Judge, who pays you? Now, that would be the last. I would not say a word. I don't care if 2 hours pass by. Shit, get my phone out and text somebody. I'm hanging out in the court. They're trying to stall and pretend they don't understand. Because when you speak up and you start talking before they answer to what you put on the table, you just scrub what you said and shit got thrown out the window and move it on to the next order of business of kicking your ass with the next shit. And then you do the same thing and you start talking because you're getting nervous. I told a lady one day, I was like, lady, you need to relax because you don't want them to hear your legs shaking under the table. And I started laughing. And she said, are you laughing at me? And I said, no, I'm talking about my own self, okay? And I'm 6'7", because my legs are like almost over the top of the table. My knees are almost over. Okay, never mind. Never mind. It doesn't matter who I'm talking to if we need to be hearing what the hell is Okay, so who's paying the judge? Okay, so if the state is the one paying the judge and the state is the plaintiff on the charging document, or if the state is using a statute that's not connected to any private individual, and the state's paying the judge, the state is paying the prosecutor. So, my next question was, well, my legal team said that would be a conflict of interest because everyone's getting paid here by the state except me, and well, the snitches are getting paid. Okay, so if the judge takes a long time to answer, I would have to say something else. I don't, because at this point, if the judge ain't telling you to shut up and ain't talking a bunch of crap, whatever, then the next thing I'd ask is if the judge is receiving, retirement, pension, retirement benefits, a free car, houses. If the judge is receiving any of these things from the corporation that's paying him to or her to do what they're doing. And, if you want to be shitty about it, you can ask the judge if they've invested in CCA or into the prison system. If they invest in stocks or bonds, you might want to be on a Zoom call when you use this one. Okay, but I'm not done. I'd ask the judge, is this an administrative hearing or a judicial? Because if it was a judicial hearing, then there would be a fact of findings and a conclusions of law at the end of it. And the last hearings that you had throwing me under the bus didn't have those things. So didn't have a fact of findings. So if it's not judicial, it's administrative, and then the administrative court process operates from the local rules that were made by the same people. Oh, see how we made that little circle back? Oh, if it's administrative, oh. So now your due process is being violated. Once they drag you into administrative court, your due process is violated. In this story. And there's only one judicial court that I know of. If anybody else knows where there's a judicial court, you send me an email or something, and I'll throw in some. Okay, but the biggest thing is adding the Supreme Court to your stuff. Add the Supreme Court because the rules that they're using are the rules that they use. And so here's and we're gonna end on fire. Judge, my legal team said that if we're in an administrative court and you're not in a judicial court, that you have no immunity. The rules, the laws for immunity, the statutes for immunity clearly state that it's qualified immunity, which if you read it, you have to do all these things and follow the Constitution. But if you're not in a judicial court, administrative court officers do not have judicial immunity. They don't have immunity for anything. You can sue the judge. My foster kid Ronnie, we added the judge's property up the street at 1211 Massachusetts in Lawrence, Kansas, 66409. A bunch of law officers, we added them to his lawsuit as damages. Now, she had it listed as an LLC and all this stuff, and people think that you can hide behind the LLC or whatever. And you can't. In my head, you can't. Because in my program, we don't roll with a bunch of limitations. So we just added her property as damages. We added the LLC as a defendant, and we served the judge. And then they brought in some attorney general's assistants from Topeka, and then we chopped them off with the demand to strike because the Administrative Procedures Act. They weren't violating the Foreign Agent Registration Act. And then they brought in 3 more attorneys from Missouri, and they said they were trying to dismiss because we didn't properly serve the corporation, but they had the judge's name on there, and that's who we properly served. So we let them know that we're not a corporation. I'm not obligated to jump through all them hoops and do all that stupid crap. Where, then it's, you can't, no, if you guys will take a few minutes and read the document without your emotionality, you'll see that we're suing for the property and we're suing for the corporate charter. Bam! Bam! So we're suing for the corporate charter. Y'all can say, no, we can't sue the corporate. It don't matter. We're suing for the corporate charter also. So that means that we're going to have a seat on the board of directors, and we'll be able to come up with some better rules for operating. I think all of those, there's like a bunch of law officers, I think they're all going to have to move out because we're going to have, I already have one lady who wants to put it in a kid's dance studio. I told her the rent's going to be cheap. Yeah. This is when you roll without limitations. Okay? They don't have no immunity. Dude, my sister 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, when she was going through foreclosure stuff, we added the attorney. And we added the attorney's house. So we looked it up, the attorney's wife was a signer. So we had to add her to the counterclaim, and then we served her. They were so mad they called the police on my... And my sisters, I don't know what their problem is because they put that stuff on my house. At least we served them. And the attorney's wife is a signer on the property that we're countersuing them for. And then that was a lot of fun. Okay, you guys get to have a lot of fun if you roll without limitation and you won't do whatever it takes. Welcome, William, shattered by corruption. Welcome to the show, girlfriend. Thank you for showing up. Hey, it's Rick. Trustees, trusters versus, well, that's, you can look at it that way in their conventional program, but there's no trustee. There's only third-party debt collectors. Okay, there's no trustee. And all the documents that they're saying to prove anything was shipped over to China in bundles. Oh, and everybody's all worried that China is going to come over and take over all the farmland and all this stuff. Okay, so we got people here, Americans, living on farmland, and they getting kicked the hell out. So China ain't taking them. All they got is a bunch of paperwork that don't mean nothing. Welcome to the show, Rick Martin. I'll be around. I'm not that hard to find. They already know a little bit about the UCC. I actually mentioned it in one or two of my lawsuit packages as and then I have the elements or whatever for that. But I don't really focus on that because we don't need to. We like to go into this without having to argue. Because when the argument ends, their buddy judge gets to help them. So, we're I don't have time to look that up, Rick, because you can give me a call if you want to sometime, but not tonight because I'm kind of busy right now. The attorneys ain't going to help you anywhere. They want to help your ass right. There you go. Right down the toilet. ROB on the program, baby. Well, that could be a silver bullet for the conventional side of things, Rick. We don't. That takes too much. I got to look up the fiduciary trustee, see what the hell that is. So that's too much work, man. We just sue the people paying. We sue the corporation that's paying the corporation that's getting paid to give or whatever, which is the judge, because all the names in capital and they shit, and we sue. That just, okay, so making it easy. What happens when you add a bar member to their own lawsuit, to their own action, to their own shit? Sorry. They can't litigate a case that they're a party to. They can't represent themselves. If you're LLC or a corporation, you can't represent your corporation in court or yourself. Oh, wait. If you're a fake corporation, you're not yourself. And that's one of the reasons why I don't have time for. I already know how that works. You can't represent yourself, and then you got to have one of them represent you. And they already figured out how that's going to go yesterday. I'm just saying. That's how that goes. So I don't know about a silver bullet in the fiduciary trust. My silver bullet is having the people running the situation as the plaintiffs on their own lawsuit that they filed against you, to crush that. And then get your real lawsuit filed in federal court. Get your real lawsuit filed in federal court to address the fact that not what they did, and this is why I don't need to hear people's shit. We don't what they did. We address why they're able to do that shit to you. When you look at it that way, everybody's stuff's the same. except for criminal a little different than your property. But even in criminal, the reason they're able to do that shit to you is because of the administrative procedures that they drag your ass through, and they're using. Oh, well, that's great. Use your brain. I didn't know how long you've been using your brain, but I've been doing this for a pretty long time, and I have on my YouTube channel, I have a video review playlist of a bunch of people that are still in their house, or well, for the prosecutor package, I have a few reviews for the beginning. In the end, they whip out that non-disclosure statement, and whatever. So. So, Rick, you can call me and talk to me, man, because I don't know why. I mean, we have to talk and see what you're talking about because your stuff is complicated, and I'm not that smart. So oh, we've been learning from the real time feedback from the people in my coaching groups what we need to be doing and what we need to be changing. Because if we go by the system, then it just takes way too long, and then we're waiting on them to. I don't know what that means. They are not violations. Don't let you that. That has nothing to do with our program. Now, you guys can go to my YouTube channel and you can look up the instructional video playlist. And then in that playlist, I have the instructional videos for each of the lawsuit packages on my website. And my website's is at winningcourtnow.com. Yeah, one of my kids came up with that. With that fancy Dan name. Hey, Robert Henry from California. So you are the Robert Henry from California, right? I don't want to assume anything. So the people in California, I'd like to know the people in California, whose houses end up burning in the fires. Are those people going to be facing foreclosure, or is the state going to do something to help them keep their property and rebuild it or whatever? I just wonder. I'm real cynical about this, and I've been doing a little research. I don't think they are. I think the state is going to foreclose on them. I don't know. So I kind of been working on a situation to put together for that. So if there's anybody from California, I I I see that he did, and I let him know that he can contact me tomorrow or sometime after the show, uh, so that we can talk about why we wouldn't want to do that to make sure that we're on the same page. So I'm hoping that you won't do that, Rick. Thank you, Heather. My girlfriend worked really hard on that, and I'm pretty proud of her. It takes a lot of courage to step up and relive some stuff that's Northern California, 707. Huh. So anybody that's in 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 California or that was in the fire, or if you have a family member in the fire, I'd like to know if the bank, if the state's going to be foreclosing on their property. Because if they are, then we might want to see what we can do about that. That's what I do. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you're still hanging out with us. Okay, Rick, you know what? You're about to kill me right here, man, because I'm trying to do my show and finish my show. We can talk later, and if you're this excited, I don't think we're going to get along too well because you're running a little fast right now for me. So. Fraud on the record. Okay, so there's no record of the fraud, and if you're talking about, okay, so when you talk about fraud, okay, the first thing that you got to do, if you mention fraud in court in any of your documents, you got to connect that shit to 7 different things. 7 different things you have to connect to all of the counts and all of the people and connect that stuff. Wait, it's already a nightmare to state a claim. Okay, when you state a claim, you only have to connect the players to the counts or whatever. But when you mention fraud and you start talking about that, then now you got to connect like 7 different things to all those people, to all that stuff. Miss one, your shit's thrown out the window. So we don't really use the word fraud, but Rick, you do what you do on your website. I'm not sure why you're not there having a show tonight. Fraud on the record. There's no record. The conventional stuff is all trash. There's no record. Stuff that you need to prove that there was a record was sent overseas to China. So what we do is stop the court process by forcing the players to visualize their share liability, pretty much. Okay, having a record and all of that, no. What they care about is other people finding out, their neighbors, their friends, their family, finding out that they're screwing people over. That's what they care about. This is my personal opinion, and I've been doing this a long time. I don't have nothing to do with constitutional group law. I don't have nothing to do with the normal program or the conventional situation over there because that shit takes too long. We got too many hearings. We got to do all this stuff. Nobody can understand what the hell is written on the paper. I can't, and I went to college for like a couple of days. So, I have a non-conventional program, and, I'd be interested in, like, talking to you, like I said, but not if you're going to take over my show and try to make it into, because what I do is different. Now, if what you're doing doesn't work with what I'm doing, then we won't be working together. Okay, that's how but I don't know, because I haven't had a chance to look and see. All I have is you being a little pushy right now with me. Okay? So that's where we're at with this. And if anybody wants to go and run over and check to the Constitutional Law Group, then go over there and do what you got to do. I don't like to work that hard. I have to read too much stuff to keep up with the constitutional law because ain't nobody following the damn law. Nobody's following the Constitution or the law. So somebody tell me, tell me that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Because I've been through that shit. My wife been through that shit. They took my shit. I've been through that shit. Oh, wait. They did follow the statutes and codes that aren't valid laws because they don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. So, Rick, if you want to talk to me about that, then we can work out something. But I don't have time for this other shit because, in my opinion, it's not going to help nobody right now. I thought I had some constitutional rights a long time ago, and then I had to go through because my whole family went through, and other people too, friends, other people all went through the same shit. Okay? So, no. Nobody has any constitutional rights unless your ass is willing to do whatever it takes. So that's how I see that. So I'm going to move on now. Now, yeah, and all laws lies because they don't, unless it has an enacting clause, a title, or body, is a statute. It's not a law. Unless you want to talk about statutes at large. My friend Denny taught me about those, and he told me a whole bunch of times I need to start using those in my whatever, but I've already, because that's where our laws are that are connected to the Constitution and the statutes at large. So is that where you work from, Rick? The statutes at large? Help me here, because I'm not that smart on this other. I do know a little something. Statutes at large is where the laws were that protected us under the Constitution before they switched this shit over to revised codes and statutes, which are not valid laws. I didn't ask what you're asking for, Rick, but thank you for your offer tonight and buenos noches. So, Rick, do you have a live stream? You should send me a link to it so I could come to your live stream. That's what I need to do. You need to send me a link to your live stream so I can come to your live stream and be rude like you're being on mine. That's what I think that I need to do. So you send me that link to your live stream, Rick. Property tax technology. No, Deck Gamer, we have property tax lawsuit package on the website. It's challenge property tax package. We had to tone the name down because it was the lawsuit groups who were giving us a hard time. Rick's pretty wound up. So Rick, yeah, my goal tonight is to teach people what I want to teach them, not listen to all of your stuff, man. You need to tone that shit down. We got you. I know what he's trying to say, like the rest of y'all. Oh, the property taxes. Oh, that's a lot quicker. I didn't think about that, Ken. Huh. See, Rick, this is what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about all the shit you want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about. So, Ken, I'm going to put together something for the people that are going through this fire shit, because the insurance company is bullshit. The insurance company is bailing. From what I've read, I haven't spent a lot of time on it, but the insurance company is bailing. Okay, the state's not making the insurance company pay. The insurance company got insurance. I think. I don't know. Okay, yeah. That's interesting. I might have to put something together and make it have a special email address so people can send me an email. Now, I've been kind of working on this already, and what I put together is not the same for the regular foreclosure. It's oh, some people are gonna be pissed. It's gonna be a little bit different. So I don't really want to say until I'm done and people get it and use it. So they won't be able to slow the people down. Yeah, so my coach, Denny Harden, told me that I needed to be learning the statutes and codes. Or not statutes and codes, the statutes at large. That's where our laws were, or whatever. But, the way we're doing things, so here's the difference between learning this stuff and even learning what Denny was, my coach. Okay, so what I'm learning and what we're learning, because I'm not doing it myself, is from the real-time feedback from people that are in court doing this. And the whole system is structured off of, okay, Rick, I'll say it, fraud. Ow. And so the rules that they have are made by them for your asses to follow, but they're not following them. They're not following none of those rules that they're trying to make you jump through hoops and all of that shit. So maybe it would be, JR, but I'm just trying to keep up with the fire that we got right now and make sure that hose gets, and make sure people get them punches in the right, in the right place before the time that they need to have it. LaTanya, you're gonna have to this is something we'll talk. We could talk about in the coaching group. At neighbors_coach is the coaching group, because what you wrote here, it sounds like it's in their conventional system. So my property tax lawsuit package has 2 lawsuits in it. It has the lawsuit that you need to sue them for illegal property tax collection, which was started after they illegally registered your property in their office and started the illegal lien. We talked about that at the top of the show. Next check down is they reclassified your property for the sole purpose of taxation. And then it got to be complicated trying to explain to all these people, if you're in tax lien foreclosure or regular foreclosure or judicial foreclosure, oh my God. As long as they're trying to take your property, it don't matter. So the property tax lien foreclosure has the property tax foreclosure document in it. It also has the 42 USC 1983 foreclosure document for dragging your happy asses into administrative court. Both of those lawsuit documents are in that one package. I'm getting ready to beef that package up to go into the property management online course. And so, but I've added those in there right now for free. So you can go in and you can sue them for the property tax crap and jam their asses up. And then when you get done making them do whatever, kiss stuff, You can sue them again for the foreclosure situation. Oh, wait, that didn't foreclose. You're killing me right now. You can sue them again, just take the foreclosure out and put illegal loan. If you read that document and you understand it, you can take 2-3 words out and make no. It's not about what they did to you. It's about the reason they were able to do that. And when you look at it that way, everybody's stuff is the same. So, yeah, just check with me and send me an email or something, and we'll figure out. Once you get in the program, then you gotta get in the coaching group, and that's where we do that at. No, JR, you don't have no rights. You don't have no rights for shit. No offense. Okay? You have no rights for shit unless you're willing to sacrifice and do whatever it takes. The way their program is structured, they beat your ass down with fear. They tell you you have rights. When you stand up for them, they try to punch you in the face, haul your ass off. They pay snitches to lie on you, haul your wife off to jail. They lie to your neighbors, throw your shit in the yard. I think you just, if you get in the program, then by the time you get done going after the people that, that did this, then, you're going to be good. That's all right, Rick. I'm trying to get finished with what I agreed to everyone we're going to talk about tonight. So, well, thank you. I don't know you much yet because we haven't had a chance to sit down and talk or to talk at all. And so that's why I suggested that you contact me sometime tomorrow. And then, we can talk. If it works out that, we both are on the same page, then we can figure something out. But right now, I don't know. And I'm trying to get done with what I came here to do. And I'm over. I usually try to keep it under like 45 minutes. And I'm blaming this on you or nothing because I got a lot to say too. But on my live stream, I like to stay focused on what we came here to talk about. Otherwise, we don't end up making a circle. And if you don't make a circle and connect it, then people say you're crazy. Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming, and I contact me tomorrow. Email me or call me. My number is on the website, and then we'll figure out something. We're both on the same page, and we're doing the same thing, and I have no problem. It'd be great. But right now, I don't know. I'm just trying to get done with my show with what we got to talk about here tonight. I don't mean to be rude to you, but you can ask anyone. This is how I handle. Sometimes people come, they want to talk, but no. A lot of times we'll have extra time at the end or whatever. But a lot of times people want to talk about their particular stuff and whatever. And I want to make sure I keep it to what we told people we're going to talk about. And this is one of the reasons why everybody showed up. So I'm looking forward to talking to you tomorrow, Mr. Rick, and then we can to Piggy Trust Inquiry. Okay. Oh. Okay, Decker Gamer, take it easy on Rick. We're getting along. No, we're getting along. He's he's still a little wired, and I'm a little passionate about what I do too. So I'm trying to. No, I didn't say the F word. I didn't think you heard that right. Because my grandkids listen to me, I don't say the F word on here, but anyway. Rick, why don't you go sit your ass down, man? Let me finish my show. Because if you keep this up, man, I'm not even going to want to talk to you tomorrow, okay? Because you're not going to give me a chance or even listen to me here if you're not going to have respect for me while I'm trying to finish my stinking show, okay? No. No, my dog Rex. No, that's not how this goes. I can tell you right now. I mean, no. If you let them know anything about any of the stuff that you learn here or anything that you learned before you got here about here, before you close the deal and before the time passes that they can't back out, then they're going to leave your ass hanging. So, and I haven't had anybody that actually done that, but I'm talking to you now based off of what I would do if I was them, based off of what I know about how they how they do. So you're better off to get your stuff and then wait till whatever and then jam the ass up later. That be because if they find out that you know anything about any of this stuff, they're not gonna let you. They're not gonna take you. They're gonna move your ass out the door, and it's gonna be a problem with their. There's gonna be a problem with the lien against something, and you know when you didn't pay that $3 Girl Scout cookie box. I'm just saying. You can't be too slick with these people. That's not like, they've been doing this for a very long time. Okay, they have this set up. They've been doing this for a very long time. So, and all those people that sat down at the signing table and all that stuff, they're all bar members, and their job is to make sure that all of the T's are dotted and I's are not crossed. Oh. Okay, so the best thing, the coaching group is at neighbors_coach. But the best thing to do is go to the website and go to the most asked questions and section answers of the website and learn how it works, what your responsibility is, what mine is. I have people telling me, oh, well, I paid so much for whatever. What you're investing in is the information, the educational information that you receive at the download. That's what you're investing in. The coaching and all this extra stuff is extra at my discretion. And if there's drama, then my discretion is going to be chunk your butt to the curb. So I'm just saying, okay? I don't put up people calling me all maxed out. I don't talk well with people when they got something from the court and they're all maxed out and they haven't done the homework to figure out what they have, why they're doing it, what they need to do to block them. Without those things in your head, when you get to the coaching group, I can't help you. Okay, because I don't know, Now you come, hey, they filed this. I researched it. I went to the YouTube channel and I punched in that little search window, the eviction process, and I watched the updated instructional videos. And because this is what I think I need to be doing. Oh, well, if you're that sure, why you tell? Okay, no. Now, usually what happens is when you see that and you do that, then you already know you go over there and get it done. But the coaching group is at neighbors_coach over on Twitter. Melissa, I'm going to suggest that you can go to my website at Winning Court Now. They're scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And you can go to the lawsuit package because I don't do what the conventional stuff does or whatever. So when you say, I don't know if this will work for my situation, your situation is more likely than not in the conventional program. And no situation is going to work for that. What we teach here is how to stop the court process, pretty much. And so, The reason they're able to do this stuff to people is because they drag you into administrative court where they operate from the local rules that the Supreme Court. Okay, we talked about that for hours. I'm gonna let you go watch the beginning. You can. There's my website. You can go to the website. You can email me. I don't do stuff for people unless you're my family or like an ex-foster kid. If you call me dad or uncle, anytime in the past I got your back or, whatever. So there's no need to talk to me. You got to go figure out what you need to get from the website. You need to figure out how my stuff on the website will fit to your situation, okay? Because the other way around is not going to work. I can just tell you that right now. That's why I'm doing this. So when you go do that, okay, if you have questions, you can call me. If you have questions about the lawsuit package, after you go to the website, look at the description, go to the YouTube channel and find the instructional video playlist and pull up the updated instructional video for that particular lawsuit package. Then, if you have any questions, they should be specific to kicking some people's ass and not pertaining to your situation over there, because the situation over here is going to be different. I'm just saying. No one needs my contact information, Deck Gamer, or I would have gave it to her. Everybody needs to go educate themselves on the website and do the things that I told them. But thank you. My contact information is on the website. Okay, Rick, we're gonna have a hard time getting along. So, thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. I'm going to maybe Rick, when's your live stream? You need to let me know when your live stream is, Rick, so I can come to it because I'm looking forward to that. Thank you guys for sharing your time. I need to get over here and get to work. I've been talking way too long. Now, I hope you guys got some value out of tonight's program. And if Mr. Jedediah Freeman is watching tonight, he's more than welcome to send me an email. I'll send him a link, and he can join us. And he just let me know what day he's free, and we'll just set up the live stream for the next day. Well, we'll give a couple of days out so people can plan it. But I'm ready to do it right now. Rick, you know what, man? I don't think we're gonna work out. Don't bother calling me, man. You. Oh, you don't hear very well. I don't think we're going. All right, thank you, my dog Rex. So don't let them know that you know about their fraud until you get everything signed and the time passes. And that's, after that, then that's when our real-time feedback from suggests that you make your move. Because just think about it. If you make it too soon, they're going to scratch that shit and they're going to come up with some kind of reason to not complete the deal. And they're going to say you're trying to get some shit for free. I know. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, sorry. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. I'll see you guys in the next live stream.